to our right, all white to our left, and red currently in the ascendancy because of that Salah penalty. All out of play for throwing to Tottenham over on the far side, which is taken back to Winks. If Lucas Moura does come on, who does make way, Chris Sutton?
Well, you would think Harry Kane, and this is, we'll find out soon, won't we? How fit is Harry Kane? You have to say he didn't get the service in the first half, but are they missing that Moura zip? Spurs haven't created anything, and we know his dynamism can cause difficult problems.
Chris Sutton with us, Sean Dyche with us, Robbie Savage as well. Here come Tottenham with the ball on the right-hand side. Son up against Robertson. Onto his left foot, uses his right, gives it back to Trippier, whose cross is deep to the back post. Dele Alli, off balance, tried to head it back across the area, got it all wrong, and Liverpool cleared.
There you go, like I said, changing the field, like sliding it in behind the back four of Liverpool, getting a good delivery in, and just asking the question really early in the second half.
With Son suddenly on the right.
Yeah, it started on the right this half. Tactical tweak, maybe. It was a poor header from Ali. Good ball, deep ball. The touchline. All wrong the header, and it was cleared.
There you go, yet again. Maurice kicking it. You're changing the field.
Loris up to Kane. Kane takes it down, drifts out to the left-hand side into the box, pulls it across, but in behind Dele Alli and too far ahead of Son. He actually split the two of them, and the ball's out for a throw on the far side.
But we know from this European adventure for Tottenham, write them off at your peril.
I was just going to say that to you. We're not writing them off yet, Chris.
He nicks everything. I'll tell you, he nicks everything apart from Robbie's gear.
1-0 Liverpool lead. And this is BBC Radio live from Madrid, 5 Live, the World Service, BBC London and Radio Merseyside all together for this Champions League final of 2019. Fabinho stabbing the ball over the halfway line on the far side. Trippier gets it down, but there, one of those mistakes, an unforced error. Trippier just stabs it out of play on the far side, and it's a throw into Liverpool inside their own half. I remember late 70s and early 80s, the European Cup final as it was then, was very often decided by just the one goal. In recent seasons, though, we've seen some really special matches, full of goals. Just the one so far in this one, and it has been, for large parts, rather scrappy. The ball at the back with Vertonghen. Salah was quickly onto it. Back it went to Lloris, who cleared to the halfway line, comes back to Vertonghen. He chests it down, Vertonghen volleys it up towards the left-hand side. Dele Alli can't keep that in, it's a throw.
Seemed to panic, Vertonghen did. What I will say, John, I can't see this with the nature of Mauricio Pochettino. I can't see this ending 1-0. I really can't, because eventually he will just go all in.
I agree.
As he did.
As he probably should. You've got to chase, if he has to chase, not yet. There comes a time when he's got to chase it. I agree.
Liverpool throw above Salah. So this time Alderweireld comes across and he just hooks it away out of play nearer the halfway line, where Robertson will take the throw, where Alexander-Arnold will take the throw, which he does. Firmino nods it back towards the halfway line. Alexander-Arnold can't keep this in. Now it's a Liverpool series of errors and a Tottenham throw.
Yeah, and he would be the one player, I think, Liverpool player in the first half, he looked very leggy. Firmino did. And I wonder whether Klopp is thinking about a change.
See, even little things like this for me, and I know that one night everything considered, but it's the Champions League. Speed the throw-ins up, speed everything up. If I'm talking, go speed the tempo of the game up. Get your team on the front foot. Sometimes it's just by doing them little details, but doing them quicker.
Kane gets to the ball first in centre field, and Wijnaldum catches it.
Hand on the play. Hand on the play. Hand on the play. Build the tempo.
Free kick forward and left of the centre circle, won by Kane. So Tottenham have this. Tottenham in the second half, likewise Liverpool, attacking the ends where their own supporters are. So the Spurs fans are trying to suck this in. Trippier takes the free kick over the line. Son in the area, lays it back. Shot from Vertonghen was blocked by a Liverpool defender, and the flag is up on the far side, and it's a free kick to Liverpool, who lead by 1-0.
One off the training ground. Son, I just wonder whether he went slightly early. They're in a central position. He does go early. Really sloppy from Spurs. Good line from Liverpool, high line.
Liverpool take the free kick and work it towards the halfway line. Pass from Firmino is over the head of Henderson. I'm afraid the pattern of the first half has continued into the second. This time an error from Firmino just to lift it out of play on the halfway line. Rose will take the throw-in for Tottenham. Sissoko comes short. It was Sissoko who conceded the penalty after just 23 seconds, which was eventually taken and scored by Salah. Lloris now long to the halfway line. This one's won by the head of Fabinho. Now Alexander-Arnold, he hits a long one down the right-hand side. This is for Salah to chase, but Tottenham was close to the Egyptian and was able to take the ball and play it away. Sissoko does well under pressure. Sissoko plays it to Eriksen. Eriksen now making good ground, pulls the ball across square. Winks is in the edge of the penalty area, and then an important interception, an important block really from Robertson, and Liverpool are able to snuff out the danger.
And we saw everything good about Sissoko there. Power and pace down the left-hand side, and the ball eventually gets out to Winks' right-hand side of the box. He tries to push it around Robertson, who defended it very, very well.
Trippier there seeing the game open up for the first time, really driving into the box. You know, we see that from him a lot when he's really on side. As you said, Sissoko's power, the pace to break it open, and Trippier notices that, drives down the right-hand side of the field and nearly gets himself into a really, really good goal-scoring position.
Robertson playing the ball right across the field, over the halfway line. And Alexander-Arnold now swirls the ball into the penalty area just beyond Salah. Firmino wasn't far away as well. It's Mane actually who reaches the ball and keeps it in on the far side. Mane stabs it into the box. Wijnaldum now back to Firmino on the left-hand side. Tottenham are back in position now. A dangerous ball from the full-backs. Yeah, it's one to the other. Fabinho's going to shoot. It's deflected. Lloris moves quickly to his left and is able to pat it down and has it back in his gloves. 1-0 Liverpool lead. On 5 Live, we will have a 6:06 following the Champions League final, which will be hosted by Steve Crossman and Robbie Savage, and the lines will probably be open. 08085 909 693. I'll let you know when they are. They must be open now, I would have thought. Anyway, I'll let you know. 85058. You can text now, or you can get in touch social media. Hashtag BBC606. Wijnaldum plays the ball over the top now to Salah. Salah in the area. Salah shoots into the chest of Vertonghen, and the ball bounces out of the penalty area. Salah still interested in this. Sissoko. Salah was able to touch it back towards Wijnaldum, and then Henderson to Fabinho. Fabinho now to the left-hand side. Robertson has space here, takes it on, plays it into the edge of the 6-yard box, where Lloris dives forward and makes an excellent catch at the feet of Mane.
Oh, that's outstanding goalkeeping. It really is. That ball from Robertson whipped in across the 6-yard line. Lloris anticipated and clawed it, kept it away from Mane.
Tottenham with the ball on the halfway line. Runners through the middle. Ali making a run, and he's been found and chests it down. And Ali with a chance. It's blocked. Bounces out. Actually came off the head of Harry Kane. He was stretching for it. Henderson's appealing for it. He thinks that Harry Kane has fouled Matip, who is very strong against Kane.
Tottenham showing signs now, as you said, asking more questions. You know, I know Liverpool just got a great position. Tottenham now just working the back four all of a sudden at Liverpool.
Tottenham with the ball inside their own half. Here's Eriksen, who plays it all the way back to Vertonghen. Just having a little look here whether Liverpool might be thinking about a change. We've got Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Milner and Origi. Yeah, looks like Origi is going to be coming onto the field. Here's Rose on the left-hand side. Alexander-Arnold, that looked like a dive by Rose, I must say. Comes back to Eriksen, ball into the penalty area. That's cleared by Matip. And Danny Rose has stayed down after that challenge. He went down very theatrically.
He did. I do think that there was contact. Rose shapes to whip the ball in left-footed from the touchline, and his leg comes out, Alexander-Arnold, and he does go down, and he stayed down.
Got to be a foul. Got to be.
Well, he is still down on the pitch, Danny Rose, and is receiving treatment. So Tottenham 0, Liverpool 1. Are you seeing signs of improvement for Tottenham?
Well, they're pushing and they're probing. I mean, in an attacking sense, you know, they had to improve. But Pochettino's a gambler. You know, we know with both managers, they brainwash their players into believing. We've seen it so many times this season. That's why you cannot rule this Spurs team They have the talent. This season they've shown they have their belief and belief in abundance.
Danny Rose back on his feet. One of the 5 Englishmen in the Tottenham starting lineup today in this final between the 2 English clubs. 2 Englishmen and a Scotsman in the Liverpool team. Tottenham, you know, Chris, actually played in the first all-English European final back in 1972 against Wolves. And how many players do you think there were on the field at the start who were from, let's say, Britain or Ireland? Here's Son. Son getting away from Fabinho. Son now takes it on towards the edge of the box. He's going wide. He's being forced wide by Robertson. Still Son turns and plays it into the shins of Robertson and wins a corner to Tottenham.
It's a good drive.
More dynamic now. Yeah, more dynamic. You know, the Tottenham body language, the feel of it, they're being more dynamic, more, like you said, risk in a calculated way. You know, getting their key players getting turned, running at people, getting better situations also. Much more life in the Tottenham side at that moment.
Corner from the right flank. Alderweireld near the penalty spot. Harry Kane just in front of him. Vertonghen behind Alderweireld. And here is the delivery now from the right. Alisson comes, gets a left hook to it. Out to Rose, who drives it in, comes off the legs of Salah and bounces away towards the corner flag and out for a corner for Spurs from the other side.
It's the first thing Alisson has had to do with his hands. He comes and punches. The Spurs just feel there's something in it for them now.
Corner from the left this time. Rose to take this one. It's a deep one towards the back post and it's headed back across but comfortably over the top of the crossbar. Alisson was able to just watch it disappear over the top from Vertonghen's header, and it's a goal kick to Liverpool, who lead 1-0.
Yeah, it's an outswinger. Vertonghen beyond the far post. He should just try and help that across. And gets it wrong, goes over the bar, but Firmino coming off. He has looked leggy.
Yeah, we wondered, didn't we? We wondered, you know, the same question mark of Kane, you know, going into game mode, which you spoke about it yesterday, you spoke about it today, you know, centre forward, going into game mode, you're really on that sharp edge, you've really got that inner fitness that it takes to perform anyway, but particularly on nights like this.
But you've got the young man to come on who scored 2 of the goals against Barcelona, which were incidentally his first ever goals in the Champions League, and also scored the winner at Newcastle at the latter end of the Premier League season. So Firmino is off and Origi is on.
Yeah, just when we thought that Liverpool were really stretched, you know, the main men are Salah missing. Origi stood up on the big occasion.
1-0 Liverpool lead. BBC Radio 5 Live. Got the boxing tonight as well, live from New York during the course of the night. 3 world title fights. Anthony Joshua top of the bill. That'll be around about 3:30.
Henderson again, you know, Henderson, the ball gets kicked up the key, drives across to shut the play down very, very quickly, you know. Things that us managers love, you know, fans don't always know that. Things that us managers love, he anticipates, drives across, endless, tireless work for him.
It's an excellent finish to the season, Jordan Henderson. Here's Alderweireld with the ball at the back. Alderweireld high and over the top. Van Dijk got his head to it above the falling Harry Kane, and he's been able to direct it out to Robertson. But for once, Robertson goes for a long pass downfield, which is way beyond Origi, and through to Lloris. We've got half an hour to go
in that duel so far. Van Dijk, Kane, Van Dijk, it's colossal. He's bullying him at present. But he only needs one chance, one half chance. Harry Kane.
Well, it's already been a good day for Van Dijk. Anthony Van Dijk won the derby. Trippier plays it forward towards Son, but it's over his head, and Van Dijk was able to clear it away. Winks in the centre circle. Now Mane for the crossfield volley, headed forward by Henderson. Alderweireld headed away. Heavy touch from Wijnaldum, and that means Tottenham are back in possession. Urged on by I can see some of them in the stands actually standing and jumping up and down, urging Tottenham forward as we move towards the last half hour of this Champions League final. Winks. Eriksen. Back to Harry Winks. Still no immediate sign of the arrival of Lucas Moura, incidentally. Eriksen is able to play forward to Son. First time touch. Ali back to Son, but that's blocked on the edge of the penalty area. Eriksen's got it back though. He's on his right foot. He shoots from the angle. It hits Van Dijk's ankles and bounces out to the far side. Tottenham still pressing from right to left. Eriksen's ball, low ball across. Ali tried to one of those flicks. He was running at pace. He tried to get it right. to Son, but overheaded through for a goal kick.
But you feel it's building, some good link-up play in and around the edge of the box. Ericsson just choking on his shot again.
Much more Tottenham-like. You know, the zip in the passing, the energy to the side, filling. Like I said, they often get three around the D of the box, you know, to work in from that area, and then the wide men come out, or the fullbacks coming on from there. They're much more like Tottenham at the moment.
James Milner's going to come on very shortly.
I will say, without being in major trouble, Liverpool, I think they have got to just start finding some passages of play. Just control the game a little bit more in possession. You know, for, yet again, teams with this quality, they have real quality. They're not just a counter-attack side, we know that. Just find their passages of play, just absorb the game, not in a defensive way, with the ball.
And the fact that Jurgen Klopp's made the two changes in a very short space of time probably tells you that he's thinking the same thing. Milner still waiting to come on though. Ball in play. But that struck the arm of Henderson as he was challenged by Rose, and then Henderson is sort of hurled down by Rose as he was falling anyway. He's off the field, and so while it is out for a throw, it is Wijnaldum who will leave the field. Scorer of two of the goals against Barcelona. And Wijnaldum will be replaced by James Milner.
Yep, and he's worked hard. Wijnaldum, such a big player, big goals against Barcelona. But Milner, I think that was the one decision really which Klopp had to make, and he left James Milner out, gets his opportunity now.
Richard Pochettino still yet to make a change. And as I say, as far as I can tell from here, no immediate sign of one being made. As Tottenham concede a free kick on the halfway line for a foul on Matip. We are now into the final 30 minutes of this Champions League final, with Liverpool leading by 1-0.
I'm slightly surprised that he hasn't made a change. We know in Ajax, half-time, ruthless. Llorente came on. I know, you know, they were 3 down at that stage.
And he's seen signs though, maybe he's seen signs, he's seen enough signs.
Henderson back to Origi. Origi plays it round one side of Vertonghen, but he won't reach that. And the ball bounces away through for a goal kick. Goal kick to Tottenham. I will tell you when the lines are open, 4606. It won't be long to talk to Robbie Savage and Steve Crossman, who will also be co-presenting breakfast on 5 Live in the morning from here in Madrid.
And even if he really starts thinking about going for it, Chris, I wonder whether he could take Sissoko out of all wings and then put Ali and Ericsson on, you know, put more coming up the wide position to try other people. You know, go for a very, very technical, you know, high-scoring sort of front unit. I just hope to not get them in transition, obviously.
Rose inside his own half, plays it through the legs of Alexander-Arnold. Then Dele Alli's pass forward is beyond the run of Son. And actually, as well, Van Dijk came across and just dealt with it. Just dealt with it.
It's a machine, different class.
Yeah. PFA Player of the Year, Premier League Player of the Year. Ball bouncing downfield for last year's Man of the Year, Salah, who goes tumbling to the ground. Vertonghen was right there with him. No free kick. The referee was back on the halfway line, but was adamant, and Vertonghen wasn't impressed. Here's Sissoko in the centre circle. Sissoko, such a strong man. Fabinho is moving towards him though, so he goes back into his own half. Winks is being put under pressure here by Henderson, and the ball will go all the way back through Alderweireld to goalkeeper Lloris. Liverpool leading 1-0.
And now it's the Liverpool fans with the roar, urging their team on. They know what's at stake. They know they're not far away.
Here he comes, Chris. Lucas Moura has suddenly appeared. We can see his number 27 shirt down there as Harry Kane concedes a free kick against Fabinho near the centre circle. So now is the time. Now is the time, with 25 minutes of the final to go. Mauricio Pochettino, he called him a superhero in Amsterdam. He's got his hand around the back of his shoulders. Final instructions, and Lucas Moura moves towards the halfway line. Question is, whose number is going to go up? And it is Harry Winks. It is Harry Winks who will make way from central midfield.
There you go. And there is a roll of the dice. Absolutely all in now. He's going for it.
So who's going where now? Dele Alli drops back into a deeper position.
I think Ericsson looks like he's dropping a little bit deep.
Driving forward, Sissoko playing more like the one who has to do the work in front of the back four, particularly on turnover, of course, mainly in front of the two centre halves, the two full backs going on. I think they'll try and rotate a little bit. You know, Ericsson, he can do it in there, he can play from there, and he can definitely deliver from there. We know that.
Yeah. That's what they did in Amsterdam, wasn't it, in the latter stages as well, when Ericsson orchestrated everything.
Yeah, getting your technicians out there, getting your technicians in the middle of the pitch, which Tottenham are now beginning to get more bodies in from the middle of the pitch, which they do well when they're really playing well.
Moura got his first touch, but it just bounced off him, and Liverpool have got it back, all in red, and half 2 hour left. When Moura ran on, he spoke to Kane and he spoke to Son, and currently he's quite central, Moura. But it's Liverpool in possession. Mane. Now to the right-hand side, Alexander-Arnold arrives on the ball and plays it in. Another one of those Alexander-Arnold balls curling at neck height, and Alderweireld stooping had to head it behind for a corner to Liverpool.
Another Alexander-Arnold exocet on the right-hand side. His delivery is almost...
Yeah, they are. Him and Robinson, their delivery asks questions all the time in the back four. You know, it really puts doubt in the back four's mind.
And this time it is Alexander-Arnold who very precisely places the ball in the quadrant. 4 strides back, plays it into the near post straight at Son, who's able to volley it straight out of play. And it was caught, actually, by one of the substitutes down there, who throws it back to Alexander-Arnold. Less than 25 minutes to go. Tottenham 0, Liverpool 1. Long throw by Alexander-Arnold. That was a last-ditch stretch by Vertonghen. Otherwise, Milner might have been in along the dead ball line. But he did get there, the Belgian, and cleared it out of play. Another Liverpool throw. Alexander-Arnold plays it, and that will just bounce away through for a goal kick. So 1-0, Liverpool lead. A very early goal from the penalty spot by Mohamed Salah. 5 Live and the World Service. BBC London.
So now it's settled down a bit. It looks like Moura coming, you know, just off the pocket behind Kane. Ali this side, Son the other side, still on the right hand side. Sissoko coming, still trying to drive out midfield. Ericsson now playing a deeper role when needed.
Moura inside his own half in the centre circle. Trippier's pass forward though just bounces harmlessly out of play from a Liverpool point of view. Sissoko trying to reach it, and Liverpool with the throw halfway inside their own half.
So if you've got the legs up there, which, you know, with particularly if Moura can drive forward, you get Ali coming off the other side, Son coming off the side, you want Ericsson to get in the quarterback position. You want him to get his head up, and then he can find things, because he can find things. There's no two ways about it. He can find that killer pass.
Mane for Liverpool is forced out wide, out towards the right-hand side here by Ericsson, who went with him. But then Mane sets off infield, goes past Ericsson, and then as Dele Alli comes in, gives it to Salah, who teed up Milner, who shot with a left foot from inside the D, was a foot wide of the foot of the post.
And seeing James Milner's face, he thinks he should have scored. Brilliant from Mane. Surging run from left to right, and then he just chops inside Ericsson, who looks like he's towing a caravan. Can't get near him. He feeds the ball into Salah, who lays it back, and only 17 yards out. Lloris isn't stopping that. It goes inches past the left-hand post.
That is the clearest chance of the second half. So, yeah, just tried to feed it. Nice layback from Salah. He tried to feed it.
Again, Chris looking a threat, you know, like he does. He's electric when he gets on it. He can turn, he can drive at you, and he can play. He's a fine player. I mean, a brilliant second half of the season, without doubt.
Long ball over the top for Tottenham. Dele Alli bounces back. And here is Harry Kane now, taking the ball to the corner of the penalty area. Out wide, Rose's ball in. Clearance from Matip strikes Milner inside the penalty area. The Tottenham fans are bellowing and pleading for a handball, but absolutely nothing doing. And Tottenham are able to play it all the way back to the other end to Lloris.
Shaky, wasn't it, from Liverpool? Who missed the clearance? Was it Matip?
Yeah. Look how open they are now. The two midfielders coming off in front of the two centre-halves, almost forming the box in front of the two centre-halves for Tottenham. The two full-backs now driving forwards, filling the middle of the pitch, particularly in an attacking sense, Tottenham now.
Still, though, I make it that Alisson has not had a save to make.
No, absolutely spot on. Yeah, they've still got to get in there with quality.
And on the little stats board, I'll come back to that, because Spurs play it down the right-hand side. Trippier looking good, pulls the ball right across the penalty area, reaches Rose in the other full-back position. Rose chips it across to the back post. Moura couldn't get there. Trippier's got the ball on the right though. Trippier's cross is easily caught by a leaping Alisson on the edge of his 6-yard box.
Well, they get him behind the Liverpool backline. Wonderful pass. And here's Salah.
Alisson has hit a raking ball downfield, long downfield. Salah's caught up with it. Salah plays it across, takes a deflection. Mane, and then Alderweireld. Just as Mane took the ball on when he was about to shoot, Alderweireld whacked it out to the far side for a throw.
Well, talk about the game opening up. Within the blink of an eye, Alisson releases Salah. One long ball in behind, gets to the byline, pokes it back, and Mane, bursting into the box, just takes a heavy touch. A better touch, and it would have been an easy finish, end to end now.
Trippier is...
it's like say, can they capitalise on it? You know, Tottenham got to ask them questions. That was twice there, full-back to full-back, and then full-back to full-back from Tottenham. They're that high up the pitch now. They're opening up the pitch, but they've got to do that, and they might get caught, obviously.
With 3 Tottenham players on the ground, or 2 on the ground, Trippier looks as though he might have a problem with his left thigh, possibly. Sissoko was down, so was Rose. We've got a stoppage here, so the water bottles have been produced in these very warm temperatures in Madrid. And Mauricio Pochettino and his medical staff, Jesus Perez is down there as well, one of his assistants, are just trying to monitor the situation. I think Trippier has signalled that he's okay. Throw in to Liverpool on the far side. Liverpool still leading by 1-0. Here's Origi on the left-hand side. Substitute Origi, it bounces off him, it's a throw-in to Tottenham. And actually now the statistics show that Alisson, who's not had a save to make, is now the Liverpool player with most passes completed in the match. Ball back to Lloris. Oh, flicked it past Salah. That was so close to actually hitting Salah. It didn't though. He got it away, the Tottenham goalkeeper. 1-0 Liverpool lead. They are less than 20 minutes away now, Liverpool, from a 6th European title. Fabinho playing the ball through the middle.
Trippier's wide open there. I don't know why they're popping it into midfield. He's wide open. They've got to use that. They've got to get Rose on the ball. Trippier's so high now. He's almost playing like an absolute old-fashioned blunder.
Lovely flick from Son. Kane gives it back to Son. Son now to Ali. Ali chips it in, but not with enough pace, and it is actually caught quite comfortably by the back-pedalling Alisson in his 6-yard box.
Sissoko's down, but something's going to give eventually in this game. Lovely build-up play. Son and Kane involved, and then Son feeds the ball out to Dele Alli. Is inside the box on the left-hand side, 16 yards out. You can see the idea, distracted, lift it, bend it, over Alisson into the far corner. All he does is he loops it up. And do we call that a save?
I was just going to ask you the same question. I think I'd probably call it a catch. Eric Dyer's going to come on, and it looks as though that's it for Sissoko. The Liverpool supporters. It's quite tense this now with just the 1 goal. It's not been the display of flowing football that we hoped for. But when you have a 1-0 match like this, when the stakes are so high, then you know that tension is going to come into it, and that's what we've got now.
I wonder now with Dyer coming on, by the way, I think that'll release Eriksen possibly. If he chooses to do that, release him further forwards. Well, we'll have to wait and see, but it may do.
So another Englishman joins the fray for the All-English final. 1972, by the way, they were all British or Irish, all 22. Ball down the left-hand side for Liverpool. Milner takes it on, but that will be seen behind by Alderweireld. Milner slid in, but it is a goal kick for Tottenham. Urgency now for Spurs. 15 minutes, just over 15 minutes to play. Lines are open now for 606 08085 909 693. Text 85058 or get in touch. Hashtag BBC 606 to talk to Robbie Savage. We'll have Steve Crossman alongside him here in Madrid for the phone-in tonight. Here's Danny Rose now, chesting the ball near the halfway line. Henderson with the challenge, but now Dele Alli for Spurs. Lucas Moura plays it across, but that's intercepted by Robertson. Took it away from Trippier, and now Liverpool coming forward. Robertson playing it to Salah. Salah just outside the box, gets it onto his left foot, chips it into the penalty area, headed away by Alderweireld. Origi challenging for it on the edge of the box with Dyer, and it bounces down. And Lucas Moura now to Dele Alli. Ali helps it forward through the middle to Son. Son running at the Liverpool defence, and then in comes Van Dijk. Twisted. How wonderful challenge. Well, the pace, I thought he'd gone. I thought Son was passing.
Driving out, and he gets a great foot in there.
Corner taken quickly by Tottenham. On the left-hand side, here is Kane. Kane goes past Henderson on his left foot, drives it across to the near post. It's blocked. Back to Kane. Kane curls it in towards the back post. No one there for Tottenham. Van Dijk headed it away for Liverpool. Spurs now suddenly have upped the pace and pressure. Ball right across from right to left. Son takes it down, but the referee, I think, has spotted a handball by Son as it bounced up and hit him, and it's a free kick to Liverpool.
Alexander-Arnold switched off. He got lucky. But what about that foot race? Son and Van Dijk.
It's a Rolls Royce for me. It's a Rolls Royce for me, Van Dijk. Absolutely. He's hit the afterburners there, and he drives up to Son. And just too powerful, too strong, too quick. Fantastic defender.
You know what? That little moment there, that sums up Van Dijk's season and why he's received the awards that he has. And think back to the game between them in the Premier League when Van Dijk had 2 against 1. Sissoko, the way that he defended that, and Sissoko hit it over the crossbar. 2 pivotal moments in those 2 matches. Van Dijk at the heart of it.
Do you know, I bet, what's this heat, 30-degree heat? I bet he hasn't even broken sweat.
I have. We noticed that early in the play. Robertson sends the ball forward. Lloris comes out. Now here's Trippier on the right. The ball struck long. This is for Dele Alli to chase, but Alisson's there on the edge of the area and takes a catch straight out of the Cricket World Cup. He took it, fingers up, right in front of his neck.
Outstanding start position there from Alisson. You know, we all know he can make save, but his start position there is fantastic. Watching the play from afar, taking up a high position along the box line, reading the play, clutching out the air without no problem.
That's the way the Aussies catch.
That's the Aussie style, isn't it? Yeah, fingers up. But I don't know about you, Sean. I think they've really changed the game, Ederson and Alisson. You know, we've seen a different type of goalkeeping play from the two.
I think goalkeeping has been morphing for the last probably certainly 5, if not 10 years. You know, the different way that we're looking at goalkeepers now, and they certainly encapsulate both of them.
1-0 to Liverpool. Tottenham 0, Liverpool 1. We're entering the final stages now. 12 minutes to go, plus added time. Tottenham need to find something dramatic. They have done that once or twice this season in the Champions League. Here's Eriksen. Eriksen now to Rose on the left-hand side. Rose, Milner comes across. Lucas Moura comes short, but Rose goes back to Eriksen. Eriksen 10 yards inside the Liverpool half. Just flicks it across towards Alderweireld, who actually goes backwards to Lloris. Groans from the 16,000 plus Tottenham fans.
I wonder whether he's got to find a way to get Llorente up. Change the field. Give you a different view of it. Give you a last little, because playing in front of Liverpool at the moment, a team that have only 22 goals they conceded in a season in the Premier League, they can do this. They can find, the way of defending out a game. I just wonder whether there's got to be a different question asked. Although Tottenham are looking way more like themselves, in my opinion.
Kane, high pass from the left out to the right. Trippier's ball in. It's headed up and over the top of the crossbar. Dele Alli was under pressure from Matip and could only, under that pressure, head it up and over.
I tell you what a ball this is from Harry Kane. Left-hand side, big switch over Robertson, the Liverpool left-back. Trippier, good first touch, and he lifts it towards the far post. And Ali, under pressure from Matip, just can't get his neck muscles working and direct it on target.
11 minutes to play. Tottenham 0, Liverpool 1, but Spurs are coming on stronger. Son now with Ali, back to Son. Son running directly at the Liverpool defence, but Van Dijk is there again. Turns, plays it up towards Origi in the centre circle. Origi couldn't find the angle pass to Salah. Alderweireld stepped across and plays it back to his goalkeeper. Spurs start again.
It's got to be a little bit careful, Liverpool there. They almost left the 3 up there. They've got to be careful with that. Tottenham are advancing. Now's the time to get them right players working back, working diligently.
We're taking your calls now. 08859096993 on 5 Live for 606. Here's Son, 30 yards out, shoots. Alisson goes down to his right, got a good sight on it, palmed it away. Tottenham come again. Lucas Moura in the middle. Low shot saved down to his left by Alisson. It was a bit of a toe poker by Lucas Moura. It lacked pace and it was saved.
Yeah, but Spurs aren't Spursy anymore. Son 30 yards out, hammers the shot. You'd expect Alisson to save it. Right hand, strong hand, gets it away from goal, and Moura just not sharp enough. Didn't get the purchase on the shot. He saved well down to his left hand side.
So Liverpool still lead by 1-0. But Spurs are testing Liverpool now, and here comes Llorente. Llorente is being called forward. He has had the magic touch in the Champions League. Oh, lovely from Son. He nutmegged Fabinho, and he shoots left-footed with no power at all, and it just rolls to Alisson, who can pick it up like a back pass. But he's just made now 3 saves in approximately 90 seconds, Alisson.
And fair play to Spurs, really giving it a go, pushing Liverpool back.
Oh, and now Salah has forced Vertonghen at the other end, just to make the mistake. It was a back pass to Lloris, but he put too much on it, and it's a corner to Liverpool.
Klopp will love that. Klopp will love that. Just a small mistake like that. Now it just gives him that, couple of minutes, slow it down, calm the game down.
Dele Alli off. Llorente on.
Well, like I said, change the feel of it. We're getting towards last knockings now. We know that. Can you change the feel? Can you ask different questions now?
Kicked over the water bottle there, Dele Alli, in frustration. He's had Spurs 2 chances in the second half. One with the chip, the weak chip, and then the header over the top. Liverpool with the corner. Guess what? They're in no hurry to take it. With 8 minutes left of the 90 of this Champions League final, and Liverpool leading by the Salah penalty. Milner has placed the ball outside the quadrant and was going to take the corner and then had to step forward and replace it. Surely he didn't do that on purpose. Milner with the corner to the near post. That's headed away by Son. Comes out to Salah, chests it down, lifts a ball over the top, but straight to Son, who volleys it into the centre circle. Robertson's underneath that. Henderson is able to get away from 2 men, and then do we call that a shot? He volleyed it goalwards, and it went out of place.
Tottenham now much more urgent now. Look at this, get their hand on the, change the tempo of the game. Keep changing the tempo. Looking much more like Tottenham that we know.
Mauricio Pochettino has peeled off his black jacket and he's rolled up his sleeves. If anything told you about his mood and the way that Tottenham are approaching this now, that is it. 1-0 Liverpool lead. The Tottenham are finishing strongly. And Dyer now to Eriksen.
They've got to keep working the ball wide. They've got to keep in that and asking questions from crossing positions.
High cross from Trippier. That's headed away by Alexander-Arnold. Ben Milner into the challenge. The ball's still in the box. Llorente. The referee just waited to see what was going to happen there, and he's brought it back for the Tottenham free kick after the challenge on him. And it was in man check. He might be consulting VAR here about the nature of that challenge.
That looked very, very close to me. Is he inside the box or outside? No. I think the contact is just. When I say just.
Yeah, it's a penalty check, but it was outside of the penalty area. High foot from Milner on Rose.
It's lucky Milner. Very, very lucky.
Free kick chance. And we have got less than 7 minutes to play. Deadly from here, isn't he? Eriksen.
It's that shape he needs to get, that shape that we know he can do. Ask questions to get a touch, or it misses everyone and goes in the corner.
You can tell he loves the look of this as well, the way that he's bouncing around on the balls of his feet in his orange boots.
No, I agree. He'll have it so many of these in training, practicing this shape, getting the delivery right, getting the pace on.
It's near the left corner of the box, just in the full-back position. 2-man wall. Salah looking over his shoulder at Alisson. Eriksen waiting, 1 foot in front of the other. Liverpool leading 1-0 in the Champions League final. Time running out for Tottenham. Eriksen, the blonde-haired Dane, stares at the ball, comes up to it, rips it in, and Alisson diving to his left, pushed it away beyond the far post.
Yeah, great pace on the ball, and Harry Kane, clever. I say clever, cute. He takes a risk. He pushes Robertson over. It's a good save from Alisson. Big hand round the post.
Corner to Tottenham then from the right-hand side. We've got just over 5 minutes to play now. Harry Kane just beyond the penalty spot. Corner being taken from the right flank. Runners to the near post. Here's the delivery. And it's flicked forwards and then over the top of the back post. What a chance. Son was standing just next to the post. And when it was nodded down to him, offside. The flag was up.
I don't think he knew, Son, he was offside. But what a miss. He didn't know. The ball knocked down into the forward. He must be 2 yards out and he heads it over. But the correct call from the assistant.
Lucas Moura with the and then Son headed it over. He was a yard out, but the offside flag, it would not have stood. And now Liverpool up towards Salah, who tried to turn with the ball, but it just evaded him and ran through the
So
lorries.
it's interesting now, Liverpool are making unforced errors all of a sudden. They're giving that away cheap. They're making things like that when they should be. I mean, usually they contain that situation.
Anxious, nervy moment, and we are now into the last 5 minutes. Tottenham 0, Liverpool 1. Liverpool chasing a 6th European Champions Cup or Champions League title. Robertson down the left playing it in, and Rose, not sure of where Salah was, actually just went down and chested it behind for a Liverpool corner.
Do you know what? I think he did the right thing. If you're unsure, take responsibility and put it out. And Robertson, again, his crossing is so good. I think he should have left it Rose. Take no chances.
So it's a corner for Liverpool from the right. And Alderweireld, I see, is actually just off the field on the halfway line. So Tottenham are having to defend this corner without one of their central defenders. Milner is waiting to take it. Tottenham Vertonghen is trying to persuade the referee to allow Alderweireld back onto the field, and he is. I think there was some blood there, and I think he had to change his shirt. And he is being allowed back onto the field, so they will be able to defend the corner with the full complement. Milner with the corner for Liverpool, who lead 1-0. Milner waiting to take this. Little false start, then here he comes into the near post. Son got his head to it. Van Dijk swung a leg at it. It was blocked. Then a challenge on the edge of the box. Origi, left-footed shot. He scored! Origi makes it 2-0 to Liverpool. What an end to the season for this young Bolton. He has come to the fore for Liverpool when it has really, really mattered. 2 goals against Barcelona. Remember the goal that he scored against Everton. Remember the goal that he scored against Newcastle. Well, now, Divock Origi surely has won the Champions League for Liverpool in Madrid. 2-0.
Outstanding Origi, super sub Origi, transformed this Liverpool team against Barcelona, and again tonight, what a big player he's been. Spurs don't deal with the corner, Van Dijk has a go, and then the ball's poked out wide to him, and he takes a touch with his right foot, and left-footed hammers the ball across Lloris into the far corner. It's Liverpool's Champions League now, and Origi's the man.
Deadly finish from the angle. 12, 13 yards. Precision inside the foot of the post. Divock Origi, as Milner is challenged. Rose got the ball as well. Rose swings it in, and it bounces off the chest of Llorente and wide of the near post for a corner, but 2-0. 2-0 with 90 seconds of the 90 minutes left.
And do you know what, Andy, for the last couple of seasons, it's always been about Liverpool's front three. You know, could they rely on anybody else? What a big game player he's been. Got his chance, he's taken his chance.
And Liverpool are going to make their final substitution of the 90 minutes. It's going to be Joel Gomez coming on to take over from Trent Alexander-Arnold as right back. And now we have Liverpool's celebrations. They are dancing in the stands. It is all red to our right. There is a red smoke bomb being released there, and that red smoke is drifting now towards the roof of the Metropolitano and out into the Spanish night. And Liverpool, actually, it's Sadio Mane who has left the field. So it was going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold. He came across and received instructions, and Sadio Mane is the player who leaves the field, and Alexander-Arnold has gone forward with Gomez at right back, and now the ball over the top at Salah in an offside position, so it's a free kick on the edge of the box. We have 15 seconds of the 90 minutes to play. Liverpool scored in the 2nd minute, the Salah penalty, and they scored in the 87th. And one right at the start, and one very near the end. And 5 minutes of added time will be played, but it's going to be 5 minutes of celebration. Unless Tottenham, now we talked about Spurs digging deep, Chris, but this would top the lot. if they were able to get themselves out of this hole.
Going into the world of another miracle now, though, aren't you?
Yeah.
Going into the world of, things just dropping perfect for players, things just maybe mistakes, Being on this, obviously, staying there with a massive, massive ask now, but we've seen miracles happen lately. See if we see another.
Well, we saw it with the last kick in Amsterdam.
There's a long one.
It's not felt like that. It's not felt like that, is it? To be fair to Liverpool, they've contained it well. We know they're a threat at set pieces. We know they can make one away. Without being overly brilliant, that Tottenham have built into the game second half, but you always worry, do they get something from the game, Liverpool? They've found ways of scoring goals all season. They've found another way of scoring a goal there from a third phase of a set play.
Tottenham 0, Liverpool 2. Lines are open for 6:06. Robbie Savage taking a close whip. Here comes Kane now on the left-hand side. Kane into the penalty area. Challenge comes in from Matip. Kane goes down. Referee ignores it. And it's cleared away.
He's king of the dives there, Kane. He shifts it and he throws himself to the floor. He shouldn't be doing that.
08085 909 693. To talk to Robbie Savage, Steve Crossman with 6:06 here in Madrid. Matip, actually, under no particular pressure, ball came across the penalty area, steers it away behind for a corner to Tottenham. Tottenham now, time running out very, very quickly. We're in the second minute of 5 of added time. Liverpool are leading 2-0. Corner from the right. Tottenham pack the penalty area. Here's the delivery in towards the near post, and it's headed away and out for Liverpool. Out towards the left-hand side, Rose. Rose does well. He's on his right foot, though. He shoots low, but Alisson's able to go down and smother the ball comfortably into his chest.
Yeah, and Alisson hasn't been overly tested tonight, but what he has had to do, he's done it very well. Smart save, down to his right-hand side. Listen to this noise.
It's a Liverpool noise here in Madrid. Tottenham's first Champions League final looks like it's going to end in defeat. But here they come again. And now Son shoots from the angle, and Alisson goes down and scoops it with his left hand wide of the far post.
They don't know when to give up, Spurs. Good shift from Son, left-hand side of the box. Left-footed arrows a shot going in towards that far corner. It's a good hand from Alisson.
Yet another corner from the right-hand side for Tottenham. This one's headed away at the near post by Matip. Comes out for Spurs again. Rose drives it towards the edge of the box. Kane is there. Kane shoots left-footed, but this is straight at Alisson, who's now made a series of saves in the latter part of the second half.
So good, isn't he, Harry Kane, at shifting the ball and getting a shot up. Gets good power, but straight into Alisson's midriff.
And the Liverpool goalkeeper is just keeping the ball. And now just delivers it away high downfield. That's beyond Salah. Will bounce all the way through to Lloris. We're in the 4th minute of added time. Just over 90 seconds to play. Tottenham have got to find 2 goals in 90 seconds to take it to extra time. And they won't like this because Moura is beaten to the ball by Henderson, who clears it out of play on the halfway line. Jordan Henderson, who might very soon join the list of Liverpool's European Cup or Champions League winning captains. Lloris, the Tottenham captain, downfield from him. That's headed down and away by Van Dijk. Now Son 25 yards out, slipped the ball through Henderson's legs. Matip is there though and is able to turn and chip it out of play. We are now in the 5th minute of added time. Eric Dyer on the left, right-footed ball to the edge of the box, head height, nodded away by Fabinho. It's won back for Spurs on the halfway line. Vertonghen forward, but that's straight to Fabinho, and Fabinho will just pass it forward to goal scorer Origi, to the other goal scorer Salah, and he's not going to take it towards the corner flag, Salah. I thought he might do. He's going to give it back to Origi, who's going to chip it forward towards Salah, who won't reach that, and it bounces through for a goal kick. And we are into the last 30 seconds now, Chris Sutton.
Yep, and all the Liverpool subs are on their feet.
Yeah, they're all getting ready now.
Jackets on in the technical area.
Yeah, this is going to end the wait for Liverpool since their last trophy success back in 2012 when Kenny Dalglish's Liverpool won the League Cup. It's been a long, long wait for Jurgen Klopp, who's actually walking across now. And there goes the final whistle as Jurgen Klopp shakes hands with the beaten Mauricio Pochettino, and Liverpool's players, all of them, race onto the field.
Some of them can't believe it. It's the Liverpool players who've dropped to the turf. They've won the Champions League. They're